What's up and welcome back to the video. So as you can see, we are in the suspension shop. We're at a 266 suspension, and today we are going to dive into Zane's suspension. So in a moment we are going to show you guys how to tear down the shock and the fork, give you guys some tips, what to do, what not to do, and we're gonna see what condition Zane's suspension is in. Before we jump into the meat and potatoes of this video, I just wanted to mention that the content was too long, so I split the fork teardown and the shock teardown into two separate videos. They are both live at the moment. The link will be down below for the shock video. It'll be linked on the screen. Please go ahead and check it out after you watch this video. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Welcome back. Today we're going to tear down Zane's forks, see what's going on inside. These are a set of open cartridges of his 2013. All the open cartridges are basically the same, with a few differences: nuts at the bottom, adjusters, nuts at the top, but in general the principles all stay the same. So let's have a look and see what's going on inside.
So it's obviously important to note that you can DIY fork seals and oil, but to do a proper suspension service there's quite a bit of specialty kit that you need.
So yeah, the right tools just make the job a lot easier, and there's no damage and things break, and yeah. So let's have a look and see what it looks like on the inside. Come over here. See the oil.
Not the worst looking fluid.
No, there's a bit of dirt, but it does stink. So it has taken some abuse. And
the fork oil deteriorates with time. Is it kind of the same as like brake fluid, where it absorbs moisture, or is it just the chemical composition that
with time the oil loses its viscosity and then it starts deteriorating? So when your suspension is just being serviced, it'll basically be as good as it's going to get, and then start slowly but surely deteriorating from there.
No. And service intervals should be about 40 hours.
40 hours recommended. You can push it to 60, but 40 hours is recommended by KTM and most of the manufacturers.
And does that also depend on how often you ride, or?
Yeah, so it's 40 hours or 6 months is recommended. And it's not just the oil, it's the seals start becoming brittle, the quality of seals that you use. Obviously the higher quality components you use, the longer you can go with it. Also, just have a look here. So Zane's whole cap on top is loose, so that was on its way to being quite destructive. These two are supposed to be locked together.
Yes.
So that's a very lucky find.
And what sort of damage can be done if that completely
it could break the
loose?
rebound, it will break this plastic, it will break the cap. So basically costing him, from just having your fork service regularly, like 1,800 Rand, this will be a couple of thousand Rand repair. You can also see that this won't come out easy now because it's taken a bit of damage on the side. So to actually take this nut out, we'll have to try and file away some of the edges here.
And once you loosen the nut, is that what comes out from the bottom of
the so fork? Then your compression stack is attached to this nut at the bottom. When I take it out, I'll show you what it looks like. As you can see now, the nut is loose, but obviously with this it won't come out. So we'll now have to just open that up and see how we can get that out. Clearancing done. Now we can move on. Here it comes out. We can have a look at it and see what we see. As you can see, Zane's got a bit of debris there from something else. Let me just get it.
What's this component called?
This is the compression stack. And any shim stack here where the wheel floats through, you can see Zane's got a bit of stuff there.
It looks like a piece of plastic.
Yeah, it looks like a piece of plastic. And you see this is supposed to be coming up and down freely. And obviously there's another piece that's stuck in the ports. It doesn't allow the flow of oil and stuff to come through. You can actually see it inside there. I don't know if you can get in there. Can you have a see?
Yeah, it's a bit dark.
But yeah, we'll strip that and then have a see what we find later.
Okay, so that explains why his forks felt, I don't know, dead.
Yeah, that's part of it, and also the oil and stuff at the bottom side where most of the work happens. We'll see now, some more dirt, dirty oil will come out.
Yeah, because obviously all the dirt sinks down to the bottom.
Yeah.
What is the next step in the procedure?
So we'll take this whole stack out. Okay, over there. We'll come over to the vice.
And this is the cringy part where you gotta split the fork tubes, right?
Yeah, so this is where we'll split the fork tubes, take out the seals and bushings on the forks, and then have a look at it. You can also have a closer inspection. As you can see here, all the dents and scratches and all the stuff that's happened over time. You can just have a look and how it's worn. And then we'll start by just taking all the bits and bobs out. So I'll first take out the dust seal.
And you can just use a flat screwdriver for that.
Yeah, flat screwdriver, pop it off. And then you can also see the lot of grease where someone's tried to stop it from leaking. Obviously it won't really work. It'll eventually still come through.
And it's the retaining clip.
Yeah. Here it goes. Look at that. And then seeing it in the vise, got the option to just get it out. So there we can now have a look at the bushings. You can also see this bushing, the spacing is too big, which makes it a bit loose. It's supposed to be nice and thick, something like that. So this bushing is obviously a bit worn. Yeah. So then we'll take this apart.
So what effect will the worn bushings have on the
Again,
operation?
it's just adding play, more wear, premature wear like this. Also you can see that it's supposed to be flat. It is now domed.
Yeah.
So
So Zane's gonna feel like a factory rider once he's got his suspension refreshed.
yeah, just as a normal, well, I would say as a suspension's supposed to feel. That's what Zane would feel like. And then we'd also just clean up here and check here, see if there's any wear and tear in the coatings. And then just have a turn and see if there's any wear in the coating on the inside. It's still good. Right.
Can you explain to me what some of these components are called and what their functions are?
So this is the rebound rod. If you look inside there, it's got another shim stack. We're gonna also take that apart and just inspect everything while we've got it here. And then, yeah, there's your rebound adjuster that goes to the top of your fork cap. And then that's when you adjust, you push that little pin down, connects to that adjuster, which obviously connects to your shim stack at the bottom.
Okay. And these adjusters in the top of the forks, they tend to come loose as well.
Yeah, so a lot of them come, they unscrew. When they do come loose, they do also cause a little bit of damage, but you can 9 out of 10 times screw them back in. We just got a little tool that holds them, and then by turning them anti-clockwise, they do come back in. Simple fix. As I said, 9 out of 10 times they come back, but yeah, you just need to be aware of it. So when your adjusters just turn, it's normally this little copper piece in there that is busted, and you do get all these parts from WP. Let me take it out. Now we can see some more breakage from Zane. His rebound spring is broken right there. It's supposed to have a little plastic collar over here that you'll see in the assembly video. That's all broken and come apart. This is all broken. Piston band.
That is not supposed to be loose like that.
And yeah, you can see all the collars and all the plastic that we found earlier all stuck in the rebound rod. So this has been properly abused. I haven't seen a bad one like this in a very long time. So this is the difference between sending your bike to a suspension shop and doing your seals yourself. A lot of guys, like you saw, you guys just brought it in for the seals. Us as suspension shops, we take the whole thing apart, check everything, make sure everything's back to standard or where it's supposed to be, and then give it back to you. We've got obviously the tools to pull the things apart. So by picking stuff like this up, like you guys would have just changed the seals and the oil and put it back together and never figured out and would never understand why your suspension is not working.
So this is where the rebound gets adjusted.
Yeah, this is the rebound stack. And then you can see there's all the plastic, all the bits and bobs that we're taking out. And then what it actually does is it actually bends these shims. So some of them would have to be replaced. As we take them apart, we start stacking them.
So when you do shim, like a shim job on forks, is it just the amount of shims in the stack or the thickness of the shims?
It's both. So when we do a shim job on a fork, it's the amount, thickness, depending on what the guy rides, what they want. If they want it stiffer, thicker, slower, faster, all of that. So we use different shims for different things.
Actually see there's quite a bit of wear on the shims themselves.
They're not too bad. They haven't been bent. You can see. Yeah, we can see in the rebound, you can see all the plastic and stuff. So these are the things we see as installers, where the normal guys are changing his seals and stuff at home don't see. Also, a lot of these things have got different torque values and stuff. As installer, obviously we've got all the specs, we've got all the tools to do it. Anything from 1 Newton to 100 Newtons. And generally in your suspension we're talking about 2 and 5 Newton meters. So yeah, it's all different. But it needs to be done for the right thing, otherwise the flow doesn't work correctly.
So overall, in your opinion, do the shims still look fairly decent?
Yeah, these still look all fairly decent. There's no little ridges or anything on them. Nothing is bent. Yeah, looks pretty good still. 1 or 2 there.
So if they have a little bit of marks on them, it's not a big deal.
That's not a big deal.
It's just when they get bent or rounded out that.
Yeah. So it normally bends. The edges bend up, and the center bends.
Like this, would you throw that in the ultrasonic cleaner?
Yeah, so basically all of this will go through all the little bits and components. We'll now put through our ultrasonic cleaner. And then once everything's cleaned and we have all the parts that we're missing, then we'll start reassembling. Like Zane's forks are going off, chromes are going off to be re-chromed. We'll obviously get him a new little spring for his rebound, a new little piston band for the rebound. The plastic collar that holds that, and then yeah, once everything is clean and fresh, we'll obviously replace all the seals and bushings. As you can see on this bush, on his glide, he's got a bit of wear there and there. So yeah, then we'll basically replace it all and then we'll start reassembling it. But that's basically what us as installers do. We tear it down to this level, check everything, do it all. Yes, we do charge a lot of money, but it is a little bit of work. But yeah,
That's the gist of it.
that's the crux of it.
Okay, so that's basically how you tear down forks. This is going to be a two-part video because we need to source some parts. So in the next video you will see the assembly process. And if you guys have any questions relating to suspension setup or anything suspension wise, feel free to drop a comment down below, or you can check out George on Instagram, Facebook, or you can contact him.
Follow 266, send us a mail, WhatsApp us, and we'll try and best come back to you and help you wherever we can. As I said, we're there for you guys. Just give us a shot.
All right, awesome. So the next thing we're going to jump into is the tear down on the shock. That's going to be quite interesting. I've never seen a tear down on a shock before. So yeah, let's jump into that.